What's up guys, this is Frenzy, welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Wardis. Castle level is a 24. Jump into it and see what he's got. He's got the new Nottingham theme, so that's pretty cool. Alright, and he's got one of these Defendatrons that's going to force me to either pull all the way back to the entrance or engage two groups at once. Unfortunately, I am a little bit higher level now. I'm level 28, so I'm going to probably get through this pretty easily. I should have actually hit that headshot. That's the only downside to having your Defendatron like that, he was very susceptible to an attack. Alright. That was a very weird group. Okay, it looks like this is the way your castle goes, though. But you only had one Snotter and then a battering ram, which is really odd to me. Alright, then you have another Defendatron over here. That dampener's super annoying. He's been alive for like 2 groups. Okay. So far so good. This jelly wall feels a little weird to me. I'm not sure why it's there. I guess just as a obstacle? I don't really know. This looks like a new room. I've never seen this opening before. So I'm just kind of seeing how it functions here. And see if I recognize it after a second. I gotta pull back though, so that that guy stops being defended. This is a pretty good setup. I have to pull really far back, and because of these mines it makes it hard for me to attack this Scorpio. Oh my god, can't believe I got hit by that. Okay. But yeah, I kind of like this entrance to this room. I'm not sure exactly what room it is, but you notice how you can't really see anything in here. If I hold my mouse over it, I can still see what's inside, though. That's one bad thing about it. And if you hug the wall, it does disappear. So, I mean, it's not incredible, but it's interesting. This is actually, I think, the room that I said I disliked in the Castle Rooms video, because it's so short. And now that I see the... Oh, that's actually really cool. The Mega Mutton's flames turn green in the Nottingham theme. It's pretty neat. Now that I see how the room and the choke works, I guess it's a little bit better. There's some neat things that you could do with that choke, for sure. So, you know, I guess without running the rooms, I'm not giving the best portrayal of what they actually are. Looks like I pulled 2 groups as well, which is okay. I would actually prefer the Defendatron to be on the Pete Poundmore instead of the Jimbo, because the Jimbo can one-shot me, but the Pete Poundmore can't. Although at level 24 he probably can't, but... Okay. So yeah, I mean, this room isn't half as bad, but it's still very short, as you guys can see. It's just kind of a straight shot right to here, which takes no time to get through at all. Alright, so we got a T-junction room, Scorpio, and a Stairmaster coming. And another Defendatron over there that's forcing me to pull all the way back. I have a feeling that this is going to get nerfed, unfortunately. I mean, semi-unfortunately, and, you know, I mean, it has its downsides, so I don't mind it too much. But I've heard some people complaining about it on the forums, so with that being the case, most likely it's going to get nerfed, because everything that seems to get complained about gets nerfed, so it's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, I don't mind too much. I guess probably because I haven't started using it. I can see how it's kind of abusive, but I don't know, with the state that defending is in right now, all these neat little tricks is pretty much all we have, so. Because things that were like intended in the game, it seemed like when the game came out, have been getting nerfed to hell. Like Scorpios and all that sort of thing, they're not good units by themselves, they have to combo. But if you add camera rotation or make it so that you have damage immunity while you're being pulled or anything like that, I mean, it's just really dumbing down the game. So this is really all we have left, is this Defendatron trick. So I have a feeling that'll go as well. Alright. Oh, this is the boss room, huh? Yeah, this is a neat little boss room. I like the Count's Nottingham theme, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, your castle is pretty good, I'm just a little over-leveled. That's why it was slightly easy for me. I'm 4 levels over, so obviously that's a huge advantage for me. Alright, pretty cool. I mean, you used a lot of those Defendatron tricks, which are awesome. Hopefully it won't get nerfed. I mean, yeah, hopefully it won't get nerfed, because it's the last thing we have left. We'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up is Levexaeus. Castle level is a 20. He sent me a challenge the other day, but he wanted my hero to be like level 18, so I'm guessing his castle's been updated since then. So I'm just going to run it normally. I'm going to try to do it on my knight, which is 1 level lower. And I'm kind of a worse player on my knight, so we'll see how it goes. This is a pretty good setup for against a knight, at least. There's not much that you can do there unless you want to take the Zeke shots, which is pretty good. Alright. Now you can see, I don't know, the charge with this group specifically, I would prefer the over the head smash. We'll see how you use charge later on in your castle though. Because that will kind of matter as to whether I like that or not. Another Robo Shieldotron and then another charging Cyclops. Again, like the charge doesn't really do much for you. I need to remember to use Healing Strike so that I can stay kind of not using potions. Alright, so far it looks like a time-wasting castle, from what I can see. Personally, I don't really like 3 charged Cyclopses, because once you get their charges out of the way, they're quite weak. As you can see, I healed up off of that group, even though it looked like I was taking some damage. Alright, so you have one of these Defendatrons who's going to link to this Puppeteer, so I'm going to pull back a little bit. This is going to be a very annoying group to deal with. Alright. kind of unfortunate. If you go into the smite animation and the creature runs away from you, it misses. But it still, I think, resets your cooldown. I would almost wish that one of these guys would charge just to push me out of that quicker, but it's okay. And now again, the 3 charge Cyclopses, they're okay. I might have to use a potion here because they're slowly DPSing me down, but I don't know, I prefer... so far, with everything that I've seen with your Cyclops usage, I don't think you've used them on archers yet, like with archers to make their shots hit or anything. And I think over the head slam would be better for you in almost every circumstance. Although I can take less damage technically from over the head hitters, I think they're just more annoying to deal with because you have to constantly be dodging them or get stunned and knocked down. I don't know. I guess it's a toss-up, but I think they have better DPS overall, so if you're going to use them as a DPS unit, that's what I would do. I mean, the main thing you have to keep in your mind is that charge will not go off if they're standing close to you. It's only if they're within a certain, like, away from a certain distance. Then their AI will say, oh, I can charge at him. Alright, and then another, looks like time waster group here. Unfortunately, time wasting these days is really difficult. You'll be able to save a portion of your loot, but probably not all of it anymore because they nerfed the timers, or buffed the timers. I don't really know how you want to look at it, but it depends on what light we're looking at it, defending or attacking. But they made it easier to get through castles within the time limit. However, you know, you can read through the patch notes. I think you get like 10% or 20%, 10, 15, and 20, I think. So if you have 3 stars, you get 20% of the loot. If you have 2 stars like I do now, I would get 15% if this wasn't a practice tag and your shields weren't down or whatever. But yeah, I think the main thing is it's really difficult to do time-wasting castles these days. The problem is it's also difficult to do kill castles, and without creatures that do a little bit of both, like Mega Muttons, it's really difficult to build a good castle. You know, the only thing that I can really say is your Cyclops, you could try changing them out, see how it works for you. Maybe you won't like it, maybe you will. But yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, next up is Trixie, 07, castle levels 25. Jump into it on my archer. Alright, so I pulled both groups. That's fine, I can just take a little bit more time dealing with it. I can just kind of keep things out of range of me, basically. Alright. Okay. So personally, I'd like to see your castle go down this way. Something that I've done with my castle is basically, I make it so that the person has to rotate their camera every other room. So when you get into this room, I would have to rotate my camera if your castle continued this way. It's just something to think about. It's not the biggest deal in the world because it's not difficult to rotate your camera, but I have seen people accidentally use potions instead of rotate their camera. And while that's still like an issue and a thing that people do, I feel like it's always a good opportunity to try to force out an extra potion use. Although I guess it's kind of gimmicky, but I mean, there's no reason not to do it in my opinion. I wish you could like lay these carpets down and it would like mask traps on the floor. I think that would actually be kind of cool. Because you notice, I'll show it if I can find another one that's under this carpet. Like you notice how you can only see the acid that's not under the carpet, if that circle wasn't there either, and you couldn't see it popping up as you're going over this, I think it'd be kind of neat if you had a certain number of these carpets that you could use to cover up traps like that, and maybe it covers up springboard traps as well. I think that'd be kind of cool. Because currently springboard traps are actually useless. Alright. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I think I headshotted this. I kind of do things without even thinking about it, but for some reason your archers still hit me, but they didn't hit me because of because of your Cyclops or because of your Hunger Bot. But it looks like your Cyclops was on over the head smash anyway, so I mean it's not that big of a deal. Alright, killing stuff pretty quickly because I'm level 28 now. So yeah, I mean, every time I have to rotate the camera, it's just good, I think, for other people. For the defender. Alright, another archer plus, you know, what do you call it? Pin strike combo. I think those are good, it's just really hard to make anything that is like a skill shot in terms of the creatures work because of camera rotation. I still have them in my castle. I have Cyclops charge plus Zeeks. I have like 2 of those in my castle. Alright, and then we have one of these IMAX rooms with a bunch of mines in it, which I kind of like. Surprisingly, because I really hate the IMAX by itself, but this boss room, kind of like this, is pretty cool. I'm not sure about the Enrager Dr. Skull. That seems like a waste of points to me. Seems very high. You know, 10 points for maybe extra attack speed if it hits the right unit. Which, I mean, I guess that's why you have the Dr. Skull, is so that the area of effect is bigger on the Enrage, and that way there's a higher chance for you to actually hit your Enrage on your IMAX. So, I mean, I guess it's okay. So yeah, pretty good castle. This is number 3, so we'll end the video here. If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of ViewerCast, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. You can comment on my videos or comment on my castle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.